Hi, welcome to another episode of David Rides a Trike. I'm David and I'm riding a trike. I had a subject picked out for today's video, but I don't feel like doing it, so I'm going to change it up a little bit and just try doing a little recumbent ramble, just saying whatever comes into my mind, little stream of consciousness experiment. Excuse me. First, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please watch the little introduction I'm going to give. If you're familiar, there is a skip link, down in the skip intro link down in the description below. Keep in mind, however, you will be tested on this. I make videos trying to motivate people with chronic illnesses and disabilities to get out, find some fun form of outdoor exercise, because doing so can be therapeutic, both physically and mentally. Just make sure that before you begin any exercise regime that you get the okay from a doctor. Personally, I fall into both the chronically ill and disabled categories. I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic when I was a year and a half old. I had a pancreas transplant when I was 41 that cured me of diabetes. I've had 3 organ transplants total. Excuse me. I've had stage 3 cancer, which was successfully treated and cured. I am legally blind. I've had hospitalizations, surgeries, and procedures from what is now an uncountable number of illnesses and maladies I've had. And currently I am fighting stage 4 cancer that has spread through a lot of my body. I might as well start my ramble with that, my current health situation. I am doing okay. I'm on my 3rd different kind of chemo. First 2 seemed like they were working for a while, reducing the size of the tumors, and then they stopped working. This last time turned out that it was working on the tumor in my right leg. That tumor had gotten significantly smaller, but the one in my right lung had gotten much, much bigger. So they decided to switch, and I said to the doctor, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like if that chemo was working on my leg but not my lung, why don't I stay on that one and add the one that'll help my lung? And he said, well, that is what should be done. Unfortunately, the insurance companies won't pay for it. And he did submit it and request that, and they said, no, can't do that, one or the other. So, unfortunately, that's the way the medical and insurance system works here in the U.S. Certainly doesn't seem quite right. I know people in other countries who have been in a similar situation, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you both. We'll give you what you need. But we don't have socialized medicine here, and personally I am for it. But so far we don't have it, so I'm taking a new chemo that hopefully will take care of both the lung cancer and what's in my leg and the tumors in my lymph nodes around my body. And I'm feeling pretty good. I always say if I'm able to get out and ride, I must be doing pretty well, and that's still the case. Not able to ride quite as far. When I ride a little too far, it really wipes me out, but I can live with that. I'm actually coming back from a small reunion of old friends, a bunch of people I haven't seen in a really long time. So that was a lot of fun. We had lunch, spent a few hours together talking, reminiscing, catching up, so that was really good. It's kind of crazy when you see people who you haven't seen for a long time. They always seem to look the same. I guess it's because I see most of these people at least every couple of years or see pictures of them. So I've sort of kept up with what they look like, but we all agreed, we all feel like we all look the same to each other, except for the graying here, wrinkles, getting shorter, things of that nature. But that was a lot of fun. And as you can probably guess from the way it looks, it's really a beautiful day today. Bright blue skies, temperatures, I think it's in the low 80s. Really, really pleasant late summer day. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I always enjoy riding at a slightly different time, because with the sun moving a little further to the west, the lighting changes dramatically. And for me, that just changes everything, you know. This trail that I've ridden thousands of times looks somewhat different because the lighting is different. And honestly, I'm riding fairly slowly now, so I could take it in and just appreciate what I'm seeing. And with it being late summer, end of middle of September, that also means it's football season is upon us. This past Sunday was opening day for the NFL, and hello, and it poured here, so I wouldn't have been riding regardless. But it made me wonder, if you're a football fan, both or either NFL or college or both, if it's a nice Saturday or Sunday and a game's on with your team or a good game, do you ride or do you watch the game? You know, living in Chicago, the Bears are, even though they won this week, it's going to be a bad year. They've got a lousy team. So personally, I'd go for a ride. What about the rest of you? Would you go for a ride? And thanks. Would you go for a ride and take advantage of these last days of summer, or do you stay in and watch football? Curious to hear what your choices are. Although, knowing most of the people in this group, or knowing the ones who comment, I've got a feeling the vast majority are going to say they're going for a ride. And like I said, that's what I would do. And I don't know if you could see my shirt, but it's a Grateful Dead Pearl Izumi shirt. And as you may know, I'm a big fan of the Grateful Dead. And a friend of mine, Larry Gross, got me this cycling shirt, which I really like. So thank you, Larry. Larry's a cyclist, although he's gotten pretty seriously into kayaking, or I think they call it paddling. So he's done a lot more paddling than riding this year. And if you could see behind me, I don't know if with this following my head, but I've got a new Grateful Dead flag back there. I had an old one, and one day I was riding with a guy that I sometimes meet on the trail, and he said, "Hey, what happened to your flag?" And the top section of my flagpole with the flag was gone. And we retraced the entire route we had ridden and couldn't find it. It was gone. So I didn't have a Grateful Dead flag until a couple weeks ago. Fellow triker Stacy Greenhill surprised me with this one, which was really, really nice and greatly appreciated. So I am back proudly flying the Grateful Dead colors. Anything else? I think that's about it. Getting up close to 2,700 subscribers, which is really cool. I think I'm at 2,690 something. Honestly, not sure. Oh, here's something else. I have no idea beforehand how a video is going to perform in terms of views. I'll do one that I think is going to do really good, and it gets nothing. I'm stopping here because we're coming up to a busy street. Oops, sorry. Hit the stop record button by accident. I was just saying that we're coming up to a busy street here, and I don't want to be recording while I have to cross, so I'm stopping early. But what was I talking about? Oh, video performance. I cannot predict how a video is going to do. So I'll turn to you guys. What would you like to see me do or talk about in my videos? You know, I'm probably talking in a couple of weeks. And keep in mind, honestly, I don't think I do very good reviews. And I'm not a tech guy in the sense of knowing a lot about trikes. I know a fair amount about my trike, but that's about it. You know, I get emails and comments from people all the time saying, "Hey, what kind of trike do you think I should buy?" I don't have a clue. You know, there are so many factors involved. So I usually tell them just to find a dealer and they'll be able to help them out. But what would you like to see me talk about? Not making any promises, but I'd like to get some ideas from you guys, especially those of you who watch regularly and comment regularly. I'd be interested in hearing what you think. So yeah, that's it for this week. My little recumbent rant, or not rant, ramble. Recumbent ramble. Recumbent rant sounds like I'm angry about something, doesn't it? And I'm not. I'm just rambling. So that's it. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, I will see you on the next ride. Bye-bye.